Howdy all, this is Texas Gaming Industries here, and welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play of Transport Fever 2 Remote Edition. In the previous episode, we basically got started on building our new highline bypass for our passenger and freight trains heading towards Granite. So you might be surprised on why this looks different compared to what was in the previous episode. That was because I was trying to get a screenshot for the previous episode, but the game crashed before I could save it. So as a result, this is why the bridge looks a little bit different. But nonetheless, with this new bridge, all freight trains heading for Granite, along with all passenger trains, now can bypass the main line entirely. Though I think it's about time that I modify this main line here. It's starting to become a bit of a problem. I know I stated that I already am finished on rebuilding my main line, but now I really need to start focusing on fixing it up a bit. It's starting to become a bit of a bottleneck for many of my trains, especially with trains heading out of Grand Valley and either heading for Longhorn or heading towards, I believe, the town of Whiskey. Is it? Yes, Whiskey. And believe it or not, we have finally reached one of our newest goals, too. With that out of the way, we have reached $10 billion in cash. Which I consider that particular task of getting to $10 billion in company cash very much done. Now with that money out of the way, now let's focus on basically rebuilding this 4-track area into something a little more modern. Although my trains are basically still running pretty well, I think I might have to get started on rebuilding this entire area. As a result, I'm going to slow the trains down a bit by going at 1 times speed, though I'll have to quickly demolish this track here just to clear those tracks for all my trains. Same for this piece as well. Okay, now then, just gonna relay the track without the catenary, mind you. Bluewater City now also needs lubricants. I'm sure it was supposed to only be 4. But that's going to affect these switches at this junction. Which means I'll have to get started on modifying these tracks. I know I'm not supposed to do this while trains are moving, but I want to at least have trains that don't get stuck behind each other. Let's see. We remove this section of track here. Do this here. Okay, let's see. might also have to delete this section of track too. I'm actually going to pause the game for right now to make it a lot easier on my computer while I lay down the new track work. Let's see. Might have to get rid of this sign here, that whistle post. Oh, the signal is causing trouble. This stuff takes forever to basically take care of. Huh. Well, at least that works. Though I might have to get rid of these old crossover pieces here. Construction not possible. What? Looks like I'll have to redo that switch again because somehow this section does not like to basically build a switch over this particular track work. And I messed up on the track work again. Let's see. Gonna take this out. Because of how extensive this modification is gonna be, I'm actually gonna cut this video right here, and I'll see you all in just a moment once I get this entire 4-track area completely fixed up and everything around it. So I'll be right back. And we're back. So now that we got our 4-track main line taken care of, all of these freight and passenger trains will no longer basically get stopped. However, I have actually decided that maybe the track beyond the station of Grand Valley could be remade. Especially since I need to build a 4-track site. You need to have a 4-track connection over this river. The thing is, I don't know if I'll be able to build a track over this river. Well, build a 3-track bridge. because it's more over like because it's more of a two-way bridge instead of a three-way, but actually it doesn't look too bad. I think I might actually do it this time. Well, not do it this time, I mean just get the bridge in order. And basically get this 4.1 across as well. Next, we'll basically convert these track pieces on the other side of the bridge to normal pieces, and same for this. Let's see, so we do this, do this. We'll have to eventually connect these two rails to this. Let's see, we'll have to get rid of these old signals. Then install the new track work. This is only going to be temporary, as once we get this new track set up, everything should be a-okay. Though, I'm not so sure if I'm going to keep the old interlocking tower. I mean, it's been a staple on this railroad ever since its beginning, and getting rid of it would probably be quite a blow to the preservationists. Let's see. Okay. And then we need to get rid of these two pieces of track, and then reconnect them to the main. Such as this piece right here. Okay, the freight line is in place, and so is the passenger line. Oh, that's not good. Well, considering now that it's gonna be its color light signals, times have changed. Even the old signal towers have to go away. But anyway, now with the new signals in place, might as well get rid of the old signals out of this track now. Let's see, for track. Though, delete some of these pieces of track. And then just reconnect all of them with this new section. Now there's a hill basically for the new line, so that means I'll have to basically find an alternate track route for this section. Delete these old signals and the crossover. Let's see. Construction not possible. What? That doesn't make any dang sense. Well, just need to basically, curve the track off to the right, to the left a bit. And modify this area here for the new 4-track line, which doesn't include the crossover. Which is basically this. And do that. And also, because of the new signaling equipment, I'll have to replace these old signals. And I just deleted a piece of track. Great. Let's see. It will curve a bit off to the left after this bridge and reconnect here. It's not perfect, but it should at least allow some services to re-access some of the old track bed. Then we'll basically build a switch, connect this section of the main line back to this way. And surprisingly, it works. Then we'll basically place down the signals for the crossovers here, so trains basically know when it will be safe to cross over the main line. We'll then need to replace this pair of signals here with a much more modern set, as they're kind of basically replacing many of the old original semaphores in this area right now. And then we'll basically add a double aspect signal here. And then finally add these signals on the new 4-track main line. Though, if trains are heading into the town, I should at least have a crossover switch heading into the commuter sidings. Which are like so. Not the prettiest, but at least, however, commuter trains can now access this section of the main line. Yep, main line and commuter trains can now access this section of the line with no problems. But now I have to figure out how to get freight trains into Grand Valley. Well, a freight train can access this track on that line, and then just quickly, basically go through this. And construction not possible. Darn it. It's not easy building a railroad with so much stuff going on. I mean, sure, the tracks going over the section would be a little awkward to operate trains over, but if it keeps the commuter trains and all the freight trains moving without trains getting stuck between each other, then I'm willing to basically take that investment risk. Let's see, can this work? Yes, it does. Perfect. Now freight trains have access to this particular area. Although I don't know why one of the commuter trains is going this way. It shouldn't basically go that way. Oh, right. It's a commuter service, so... I know that I basically have said I'm done with the 4-track mainline, but I swear this will probably be the last time we'll work on it. It's just because there's so many trains operating, and so many of my trains basically getting stuck behind each other and not getting to their final destinations. It's starting to become a bit of a problem. And somehow we got some trains not able to get to their destinations. Let's see. Yep, that should work. And trains of silverware. Grand Valley. Oh, this train's supposed to take silverware into town. So I'll have to basically fix that. There we go. And because of where it is, I'm gonna probably just place the new 4-track signals here. Yep, that works. Train 103 has no path. Oh, this is one of the lumber products trains. It's brought in a fresh supply of lumber, but... oh, it just basically had the problem with the being turned around. But now the train can easily head back onto this section of the main line and return back to its original route. But with modifications aside, it should now basically be a lot more smoother for all trains involved. Yeah, it should be a lot more smoother now. Because now all the freight trains are easily accessing the entirety of the main line as it should. There are no more delays now at Grand Valley Station, although train D is waiting for is basically has a large amount of passengers waiting. Although I think I probably might have to install more signals over this. I know this might cause a traffic jam, but if I could keep the trains moving through the station, it should be okay. And of course, I want to also make sure my commuter trains are going in the right direction when they enter and exit the station. Well, I think with all these modifications, everything should be smooth sailing now in this area. Wait, why is train 55 on this? It should not basically be entering this section. Oh, it's the commuter service as well. Let's see if I can try reconfiguring it to go onto this line instead. There we go. The commuter train should basically stay on this track. But, other than that, with everything said and done, I believe we reached a good ending point for today's episode. If the game could just let me load up some sections of the map. So, if you had enjoyed this episode of my Let's Play of Transport Fever 2, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Texas Gaming Industries for new video uploads every Friday or Saturday, depending on my outside schedule. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye!